It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But here's a big one you need to hear. Billions. That's the amount of money in refunds the IRS has flagged for possible identity fraud. Now here's another big number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. One last big number. Save up to 40% your first year. Visit lifelock.com/podcast for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
Hey everybody, Lindsay, Christina, Joe and I had a conversation about the Menzingers, and then Joe had to leave, and me, Christina, and Lindsay, I said that wrong. Good for us. We're still here. Good for us. I'm pressing forward. We started talking about the Deftones and how to put them into a genre. So, are they genre bending? You're about to find out.
Yeah, I think White Pony is probably going to be the one that covers, like Justin said, covers the most bases. But knowing you the way that I know you, I think you might really vibe with Saturday Night Wrist or Diamond Eyes. Maybe Diamond Eyes more, but like knowing like how it gets more melodic but still has kind of heavy elements to it, but it gets more experimental. I feel like you would really be into that. But it's not quite Deftones as much as White Pony is.
So also let me ask you this. So I have a little backstory to this question. Back in the day, if you guys ever subscribed to Alternative Press,
yes,
like the Warped Tour magazine is like the blanket statement. I'll give to that. They used to do this thing where they would, ask a poll question, yes or no or whatever. And I answered the question about, do you think it's appropriate to pin bands into genres and, put a blanket genre on them? And I wrote a little opinion about it, and I said no, just because I don't think it's fair to them, especially with bands like this where their discography is vast. And how do you do that? Even with Menzingers, like think about early to now, totally different base that they're operating in.
Or a band like like Brand New. I mean, they're not cool to talk about anymore, but their first record and their last record are entirely different bands. Or like Thrice, holy shit, they were like a punk, like hardcore band to start out, and now they're like melodic experimental rock.
The Smashing Pumpkins.
Yep.
Totally. Every record is different.
Yep. So I feel, since I answered that question, and I got my little picture in Alternative Press, and I have the copy of it, and I think it's cute.
Who's on the cover? Which issue was it?
It's Pierce the Veil.
All right, but you're younger than me, so I feel like I was probably like out of high school by the time that happened.
I was also I was in college at that point.
Okay, then I probably was like, that's definitely past my Alternative Press years. I was subscribing like 2007 until like 2010.
Yeah, and I was probably like 2010 to 2015. But yeah, so ever since that came out, and I've like grown, one in music. I went to school for music, and that kind of changed my perspective on things a little bit. But I've been kind of reevaluating that question. So the question I was going to ask you about Deftones is, what if you pin them into a genre? What would you say they are?
New metal.
Yeah.
Like butt rock. Like this is the thing. Is like I think like Chevelle is butt rock Deftones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting. I like Chevelle.
Yeah, Chevelle and Deftones are a lot alike, except Chevelle is more radio friendly.
Yep.
Butt rock.
Yep.
But I don't say butt rock as an insult. I don't. I love butt rock. But I would say, like, if you like Chevelle, you'll love Deftones. I think that Deftones are like the new metal version of like a radio rock, butt rock, Chevelle type band.
It is funny that they've always kind of been lumped in with the Corns and Limp Bizkits of the world.
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, I guess, it was kind of fair. But immediately starting White Pony, you could see they're going elsewhere. And Korn is still doing, and look, I like Korn just fine. They somewhere around Issues is where they started losing me, but Issues is fine. It's a good Korn record. We all know Limp Bizkit's story. Like they've kind of, okay, way to go, Fred. You did it. You stayed in the public eye. But I always thought that was unfair, cause I thought they were to me, they were like leaps and bounds better than all of the new metal stuff.
So much better.
And then
that's like the genre I'd put them in. But like if I had to, if you were like classify Deftones,
yeah,
that's what with one genre I'd have to put them in new metal purely because of like the different vocal elements, the different like structures of the songs. They feel the same, but they're just so much more intelligently written almost. Like they feel so much more thought out. Mm-hmm. They feel more intense. I feel like with Deftones too, it's like they've lasted longer and made that many records for a reason. Is because not only did they like find that new metal pocket, but they found a way to elevate it in a way that wasn't corny.
That's right. The Deftones ain't corny, Jack. How dare you? Never think it. If you'd like to hear the rest of that, patreon.com/oh hi Justin's the way to go. You can that is, I believe, after the fact 117, patreon.com/oh hi Justin. And if you'd like to hear a conversation on the Menzingers, that comes out on this very same feed. It's the very next episode. Just push play.